Welcome to aminacademy.com. In psychology of sex, let us discuss about fundamentals of sex. From attraction to action, sexual behavior takes many forms. As pioneering sex researcher Alfred Kinsey put it, the only universal in human sexuality is variability itself. Human interest in sex can be thought of as a built-in imperative. Survival of the species depends on it. And although sexual desire tends to wax and wane over the course of one's life, depending on external demands and relationship satisfaction, if often serves as a passport to bonding, intimacy, pleasure, and even human growth and healing. People engage in sexual activity for many reasons: to feel alive, to maintain a vital aspects of human functioning, to feel desirable and attractive, to achieve closeness, or to pleasure a partner they love. Sex can be one of the most difficult subject for a couple to discuss. Bodies and interests changes over time. The most people will experience some type of sexual problem at some point in life. Therefore, open communication is essential to intimacy and long-term satisfaction. Now let us discuss further detail about the fundamentals of sex. The basic of sex include understanding it as both a biological function and form of human interaction, emphasizing communication, consent, and safe sex practices. Biologically, sex refers to male and female biological characteristics, while in common use, it refers to sexual activities and intimacy. Key aspects of healthy and safe sexual activity are mutual consent, honest communication about preferences and history, and the use of contraceptions and protections to prevent sexually transmitted infections, STIs. Biological aspects: sex versus gender. Sex is the biological classification of male or female based on chromosomes XX for females and XY for males. Hormones and reproductive organs. Gender, in contrast, refers to socially constructed roles and characteristics. Sex refers to biological and psychological attributes like chromosomes, hormones, and anatomy. Generally categorized as male, female, or intersex, gender is a social and cultural construct encompassing the roles, behaviors, expressions, and identities of individuals, which may or may not align with their sex. While sex is biological and often assigned at birth, gender is a personal identity and exists on a spectrum, including identities such as non binary, transgender, and gender fluid. Primary and secondary characteristics. Primary sex characteristics are reproductive organs, while secondary characteristics like pubic hair or facial hair develop at puberty. In in the psychology of sex, primary sex characteristics are the reproductive organs like ovaries and testes present from birth and directly involved in reproduction, while secondary sex characteristics are physical traits that emerge during puberty due to hormonal changes and are not directly involved in reproduction, such as breast development and women or facial hair growth in men. Intersex. Not everyone fits neatly into the binary of male and or female. Intersex individuals are born with sex characteristics that don't conform to typical definitions. The psychology of sex concerning intersex individuals focuses on the psychological impacts of having variable sex characteristics, VSC, including challenges with stigma, identity development, and sexual relationships due to societal misunderstandings, and the long term effects of medical interventions like surgery and early sex assignments. Research indicates a need for better support, increased education on bodily diversity, and nuanced approaches to identity, moving beyond medical models to recognize intersex as a valid social identity. Emotional and behavioral aspects. The psychology of sex encompasses how emotions, thoughts, cultural factors, and past experiences influences sexual desire, arousal, and behavior. Positive emotions like love and intimacy foster satisfying sexual experiences, while negative feelings like stress or guilt can hinder them. Behavioral aspects include motivations for sexual activity, the effects of body image on confidence, and how cultural narratives shape sexual self perceptions. Psychological differences between sexes also exist, with a focus on emotional, motivational, and cognitive differences influenced by both biology and environment. Intimacy and body and bonding. Sex can be a way to build personal bonds and share emotions. Foreplay, creating a safe, comfortable place space with touches like cuddling and holding hands, can help partners relax and feel safe during intimate moments. Oral sex, this involves using the mouth, lips, or tongues to stimulate genitals and is a common form of sexual intimacy. Safety and health. The psychology of sex and sexual health involves a state of physical, emotional, mental, and social well being in relation to sexually encompassing safe and pleasurable experiences, communications, consent, and freedom from discrimination and coercion. A positive approach to sexuality contributes to overall well being with benefits including reduced stress and anxiety, improved self esteem, a better immune system, and lower risk of heart diseases. Maintaining sexual health requires open communications, testing, and treatment for STIs, consistent use of contraception, and ensuring all sexual interactions are consensual and free from the influence of drugs or alcohol. Consent. This is an essential element of any sexual activity, meaning a clear, enthusiastic, and ongoing agreement to participate. Communication, openly discussing sexual preferences, history, and concerns with a partner is crucial for a healthy sexual relationship. Contraceptions. Using birth control methods can prevent unwanted pregnancy. Protection. Barrier methods like condoms reduce the risk of STIs, which can be transmitted through any sexual activity. STI testing. Regular testing for STIs is essential for knowing your status and protecting your own and your partner's health. So far, we discussed about psychology of sex, the fundamental of sex we described. If you have done, please subscribe our YouTube channel.